Welcome to another All Age Talk. And it was night. You can see it's very dark. And actually it was earlier in the night, on the night that Jesus was arrested, that Jesus told Peter and all his disciples, saying, "You'll fall away, you'll run away. When I'm arrested, you're going to run away." And they said, No, Jesus, we won't. We'll stay with you. We won't run away. Jesus said they would. But Peter particularly, he was very adamant. "I will not run away." And Jesus said, "Peter, before the rooster, a cockerel, cock-a-doodle-doo, before that crows, you will deny me. You'll just pretend you don't know me 3 times. And Peter said, No, I would die for you, Jesus. I would die for you. Peter does love Jesus, doesn't he? He loves Jesus, we know that. But Jesus said he's going to deny him. Let's see what happened on that night. So as I said, it was night. Jesus has been arrested and he's been taken by the temple guards to the Sanhedrin, where all the temple priests are, the teachers of the law and the chief priest, and he's put on trial. And Peter, he's actually quite brave. He follows Jesus and the temple guards at a distance, and he goes all the way in up to the courtyard, which is actually, when you think about it, quite impressive, isn't it? It's getting a bit dark now, isn't it? But here we are. So he comes out into the courtyard, and he's there in the courtyard, and then someone comes up to him and says, "Weren't you with Jesus of Galilee?" And Peter says, "What, me? With Jesus of Galilee? No. 1. So Peter, maybe feeling a bit nervous, he moves away. He goes back through the gate. Well, let's do that with him. And he goes outside. And then a servant girl comes to him and says, "Weren't you with Jesus of Nazareth?" And Peter calls down an oath, almost like a swearing, saying, "No, I wasn't. Not me. Jesus, no, don't know him." 2. And Peter's standing there, and obviously he must be worried about what's going on, scared. And then, finally, a group of people come up to Peter and say, "You must have been with Jesus. You speak like a Galilean." See, if you're from Galilee, you had an accent. It's a bit like if you're from Northern Ireland, you speak with an accent. So they thought, this guy must be with Jesus. So they said to him, "Surely you're with Jesus, you're a Galilean." And Peter started shouting and saying, "No, I was not." He called down oaths and swear words on and said, "I was not with Jesus, I don't know him, I tell you." Three. And the cock crowed, and Peter remembered Jesus' words, and he wept, and he burst into tears, and he ran away, just as Jesus said he would do. And that's awful, isn't it? Peter had let Jesus down. Really badly down. And maybe you might remember last week where when Bethany was doing the All Age Talk, we heard that he let Jesus down then when Jesus asked him to pray and he couldn't even stay awake. And you might be thinking, well, why are we doing another story about Peter letting Jesus down? Well, A, because it happened, but B, because I let people down, and I've let God down, and you know what? I've done it more than once. Done it more than I would care to admit to. But Jesus knows that. And Jesus knew that Peter would deny him. And yet Jesus still went to the cross. He still was prepared to put himself through death, facing God's punishment for Peter's sins and for my sins, so that we might be saved and brought into God's family. So this isn't the end of Peter's story. We're going to find that actually there's a way back for Peter, and actually that's true for us. No matter how many times we screw up, no matter how many times we let other people down or Jesus down, Jesus forgives us because Jesus knows, and he still dies for us and went to the cross. What a wonderful Saviour we have.